if we are, as human beings, a fragment of God, which appears to be separate from the source, but from a non-dual perspective, it's all one, then we are not in control. We're not in control of anything, and it makes sense when you really think about it, because we didn't control when we came in, when we were born into this life, and we won't control when we leave this life. But it's only the ego, it's only the mind and the thoughts that we pick up from the external environment and the way that the world is, that actually makes us think that we're in control. Like we would think now that, oh yeah, I'm in control because I'm taking steps and I'm walking across this field and I'm doing this, like I'm the actual one doing it. Like Lewis is the one doing it, but Lewis doesn't even exist. Because at one point I didn't exist, and it seems like I'm existing now, because that's the appearance of existence. And from a thought perspective, from a mind and egotistical perspective, yes, I exist, and we all do. We all experience what we call human life. But that doesn't mean that we're in control. And it's so easy to think, oh yeah, well, I can control the outcome of this situation. That's like saying you had control. You had control of when your father spunked you into this earth. And then your mother pushed you out. It's kind of the same thing. Like you had no say in the matter, right? But you still spawned in. And I feel like that when you just have that level of perception, when times are difficult, that you just see how things unfold naturally, which is what God is. It's nature, right? Like there's no separation from us and nature. But I think the way that the current system it has designed itself, the way that humanity or consciousness, whatever you want to call it, has evolved, has made us all see things through the lens of duality, which is part of the game, which is part of existence. Like, what would a game be if it didn't feel real and it didn't, you didn't engage with it like it was, you had to be serious about it and actually try and win, I guess, because that's what's plastered all over the internet nowadays, is how to be a winner kind of thing. And again, that's just coming from the ego, that's coming from the mind, coming from thoughts, which is normal, which is perfectly fine. We all want to feel successful and feel worthy and have good relationships and not destroy ourselves and see people thrive in life. But ultimately, like, if you can not necessarily pursue all that, just go with the flow through all of that, you'll know it's not that serious anyway. You just enjoy every single moment of it. But it's easy for thoughts to come and say, well, I need to do this, I need to do that, and try and control the outcome of certain situations rather than just take it by the moment, every single moment throughout. Take it by the moment. If you feel like you don't want to do something in that moment, don't force yourself to do it, because the signal's there, the energy's there at that minute, to telling you, well, you're there at that minute, because everything is you. You're there at that particular moment in time, feeling like you don't want to do something. You might be drained, you might be feeling down, you might be feeling just, how life gets on top of us all sometimes, and you get emotional, and then you feel like the world's about to end, and you don't want to exist anymore. But I think through awareness and through deeper understanding of yourself and how the universe works anyway, how God works, is that it's all part of the journey. The ups and downs, the clouds, the rain, the thunderstorms, they'll come, and no matter how long they're there for, they will come to pass. And it's a bit of a cloudy day today, but it will come to pass. You know, it's the same with our thoughts and feelings when it comes to, you know, our mental well-being as a human being. Like, ultimately, we don't have really any say in the matter. Like, when a certain situation is going to pop up, and, you know, throw is a hurdle to get over. If we don't get over it, we don't get over it. If we do, we do. You know, and I'm sure either way, everything's going to be all right. You know, and if you don't get over it, it's for a reason. It's so you can try and get over it again, or get over the next one again. So you got to see through things through multiple different lenses if you can, through different perspectives. It's not just all about, you know, seeing one vision. Always remain open to more information, but obviously at the same time, do what works for you. Don't absorb too much information to the point where you just don't know what to do anymore. You know, you got to have some kind of sense of, well, I mean, you don't have to have some sense of direction. Just exist. Just be. Just do what feels right. You know, see, that there's the mind again trying to creep back up, saying, well, just do this. And it's like, well, who am I to say what is right for somebody else? You know, that's what I see a lot of social media nowadays, is that, you know, people claiming that, oh, I have to be this way when it comes to a relationship, have to be this way to be more of a man, or be a better woman. And a lot of it has some sense of truth to it. But at the same time, it's like, you know, if you take it for gospel and say, like, well, this is the way that I should definitely be, and you try and force things into working, then realistically, you kind of just miss out on the actual experience itself anyway, because you're too caught in your own head. Well, I'm almost at my spot now anyway, just down by the river. So I just thought I'd yap on the camera for a bit before I go into the depths of nature. Ciao.